Hey, what's up guys? I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my quick overview of the Airaid QuickFit Air Dam featuring the SynthaFlow oiled filter, available for your 2011 through 2014 EcoBoost powered F-150. All right guys, this brief overview is going to cover a few basic topics here with the Airaid QuickFit Air Dam system. We're going to talk about some of the benefits you can expect when installing this thing, what you're going to be looking at as far as construction and overall materials, and then finally what it takes to get installed into your F-150. Honestly, really straightforward stuff here, guys. 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty scale, maybe a couple of screwdrivers and a few sockets, and you should be good to go. But nonetheless, we'll talk about that later on. The QuickFit Air Dam system here from Airaid should appeal to the EcoBoost owners out there who are looking to ditch the factory sealed air box and the cheap paper element filter and go with more of an open element style air box here, along with one of Airaid's tried and true SynthaFlow oiled filters, which by the way is washable and reusable. Now this is also going to be an awesome choice for EcoBoost owners out there who might crave a little bit more noise from under the hood, whether it be engine noise or turbo noise. Maybe you want to hear a little bit more of that blow off valve compared to that factory sealed air box. In my opinion, guys, Airaid is definitely one of the leaders in aftermarket filtration and cold air systems for a wide variety of applications. Now, their support for the F-150 market is pretty solid overall, and they definitely offer a ton of different flavors for truck owners out there, no matter what you're looking for, whether it be just the intake tube by itself, an airbox or air dam like we have here, all the way down to the full-blown complete systems. Obviously, the QuickFit Air Dam system is a little smaller compared to those more complete intake systems we just talked about, and as such, it will be slightly easier on your wallet and definitely a little easier to install. Now, you're really only addressing the airbox portion here of your factory cold air intake system. Really just the top portion, because what happens is the air dam itself here is actually going to slide into the lower portion of your factory airbox, which I really like because you're still incorporating all of that factory cold air ducting from the front of the truck, making sure it reaches the filter here. So I really dig that. Big thumbs up for me on that. And they're doing so in a really nice way. You're getting a matte black powder coated sheet metal airbox here, along with that massive SynthaFlow filter we just talked about. The SynthaFlow oiled filter is definitely one of Airaid's bread and butter filters here, guys. It's something they include with a lot of their aftermarket induction systems. This thing's actually made from a cotton gauze microfiber material here. It is oiled and it will capture particulates down to 2 microns in size. You're getting a ton of protection with this thing. And because it is washable and reusable, it will save you some dough in the long run. Keep in mind though, guys, you're just gonna have to re-oil this thing every time you wash it according to Airaid's instructions. Now, I know some EcoBoost owners out there might prefer a dry filter as opposed to an oiled filter like we have here, and you might have your own reasons for that, but if that does sound like you'll be happy to know Airaid does offer this identical kit here, but with their SynthaMax dry filter in place of the SynthaFlow oiled filter. You can definitely check that out. We have it here on the site as well. So we talked about this a little bit, guys. You're getting better particulate protection. You're getting a little bit more noise under the hood from the engine and the turbos, of course. What about power? Well, common sense is gonna tell us we're not gonna pick up 20 wheel horsepower just by throwing on a filter by itself. That's pretty obvious. However, I would expect a very small bump in power and definitely look for a improved throttle response as well. Now, if you really want to unlock some serious power gains on your EcoBoost powered F-150, check out the tuning options here on the site, whether canned or some of the custom options as well, because believe me when I tell you, nothing is going to unlock the amount of power like a custom tune will, and we do have some pretty solid dyno numbers to back that up. Price-wise, the QuickFit Air Dam system here isn't as affordable as you might think considering the size of this thing and what you're really getting. You're actually looking at just south of $300 for this guy, which might seem a little steep, but it does fall right in line with Roush's similar offering. Now keep in mind, guys, for another $100, you can get Airaid's complete air dam intake system, which does give you the tubing as well here, but that's totally up to you at the end of the day. All right, guys, let's switch gears and quickly talk about the install here. And as you might expect, nothing to see here, right? I mean, this is gonna be as mundane as it gets. You really only need to pop off the top portion of your factory airbox, get that out of the way, and then of course incorporate this guy into your factory intake system. All of this can be done rather easily here with some basic hand tools, and when I say basic, I mean it. I'm talking flathead screwdriver, maybe even an 8mm socket, whatever you have laying around should do the trick just fine. So 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, albeit a very soft 1 out of 3, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to get this guy in place, and he should be good to go. The Airaid Air Dam here, the QuickFit option, while a tad pricey given what it is honestly a great way to replace that beat factory airbox and cheap and dirty paper filter. Replacing it with something that's going to give you a little bit more sound under the hood, both engine and turbo noise. You might see a small bump in power and definitely some improved throttle response as well. So guys, that's my review of the QuickFit Air Dam here from Airaid, which you can grab for your EcoBoost right here at AmericanMuscle.com.